going down, everybody? It's your boy. That guy, my high, tuning back in for the reaction. This time we got one of them with tops, or We Are Top is the channel's actual name, I'm pretty sure. But shout out to them. We got thousand, or I was gonna say, it does say thousand. Animals that won battles and wars thanks to weapons. I'm not really sure why it says thousand, because the original title I don't think said that at all. No, it doesn't. But yeah. Anyways, let's give a big shout out to all the members of the channel real quick, and let's jump into this video and see how these animals, you know, won the fight. You dig what I'm saying? We got Nene, we got Netcoast, Taylor, Shauna, Trey 420, Driver Thoughts, Kara, Neek, Dwayne, Nick, Dave, Happy Chick, Wild Turkey, Jamal, Lynn Willow, Epic Service, Misty Summers, Ryan, Sam, Keith, Kenzie, Kenniz, Phony Farm, Hologirl, Diesel, Creative Insane, Aaron, Mama Dukes, Amy Jane Doe, Liz Nugget, My Hood Life, and Gary Willis. Gang, gang, gang. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to all those amazing individuals. If you want to join them and getting shout outs on all the lives, the videos, think about hitting that join button down below. If not, please just subscribe. And then, yeah, you know, that's $3.99. So there's no excuses for that one. You just, you know, you should just hit that subscribe button and whatnot. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's jump into this video, man, to see what's going down. Let's go. It's full screen and let's go.
In times of drought, animals are willing to risk their lives to get at least some water. Baboons, along with their babies, come very close to the water where crocodiles live. In a blink of an eye, the predator grabs the baby with its sharp teeth. The baboon mom manages to escape. The baboons even save the baby, but it's too late. The pool is still too dangerous. Yes, the baboons had to retreat, but they will come back. This time with spears.
What?
No, I'm not kidding or exaggerating. Primates are indeed capable of making spears. Plus, they know how to use such weapons. Fongoli chimps in Senegal first made headlines in 2007 when researchers discovered how they hunt vertebrates using tools. This discovery made chimps the first known animals to be capable.
Bruh, is this fucking evolution happening before our eyes and shit? You telling me monkeys and shit know how to make spears, bro? What's next? Are they, you know what I'm saying? They making ammunition and shit for larger powered, you know, like high powered rifles and shit. Like, what the fuck you saying to me right now, bro?
Something like this. Scientists continued to study this community of primates and discovered another interesting feature.
So you telling me that the crocodiles attacked the baboons while they was trying to get some water, got the baby, the baboons got the baby back, you know what I'm saying? The baby probably, you know, unfortunately probably didn't make it. So they like for real went back to the drawing board real quick. It was like, yo, you know what? Let's go ahead and get these spears and let's go handle business. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go handle business right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's spin the block. Like, what the fuck?
Females who most often make spears. About 60% of all weapons were made by them. Their crafty ways aren't all that surprising. Their muscles are smaller, and they also have kids riding on their backs or bellies. In short, females have to use their brains to get enough food, which is why they create spears. To do this, chimps take tree branches, remove the side branches along with leaves, and break or bite off the flimsy tip.
And
then they just use it like any other spear. They stab with the sharp end while holding the blunt one. Chimps are well aware that striking with a stick will be way more effective than delivering a punch. Scientists even did an experiment. They showed primates a stuffed leopard which rotated its head menacingly, though not quite realistically. Naturally, the alerted chimps immediately grabbed the sticks. Does this mean that one day chimps will realize they could use spears to fend off predators?
Right.
Not just for hunting? I think they will.
Yeah,
Moreover, we already know stories when chimps planned their actions ahead and staged a thoughtful attack on the enemy. In April 2015, a female chimp in the Netherlands took down a drone filming the Royal Burger Zoo. During its first flight, the drone caught the attention of several chimps in an enclosure. They grabbed branches and climbed up towards where the drone was hovering, but did nothing. However, when it returned, the animals were ready. Two females were sitting where the drone was going to hover, holding two long branches in their hands. Using these branches, they easily swatted the drone and showed no sign of fear. This was also noted by primatologists who understand emotions of apes.
The curiosity, though, man.
But let's leave the primates alone. After all, chimps are a lot like humans. That's why they easily figured out how to use weapons. You can expect that from them, but not from cockatoos. Cockatoos are quite smart birds, and yet you don't expect them to declare war on humanity. Not so long ago, at the end of November 2022, a large sulfur-crested cockatoo in Melbourne grabbed pot plants from the windowsill and dropped them. Doesn't sound too scary until you learn it dropped them from 4 floors up.
Right.
Can you imagine a pot plant falling on a person's head from this height? One pot landed on the cafe sunshade, ricocheted onto a parked truck, and ended up on the road. Another one almost landed on the head of the local electrician, after which he began to alert the tenants of the house to the incident. Experts, of course, claim that the cockatoo was just playing around, but there's a kind of war going on between the cockatoos and the Australians for some time. Researchers have even called it an interspecies innovation arms race. For example, the people of Sydney resort to increasingly sophisticated measures to keep cockatoos from raiding household wheelie bins. There have been at least 52 documented combinations of techniques used by people to scare away the birds. The problem is, cockatoos are really smart. Like any other animal, they're attracted to food waste, and their intelligence, plus a sharp beak, gives the cockatoos access to garbage bins, despite the best efforts of people. And this is only part of the problem. The thing is, Sydney cockatoos learn from each other. Their ability to open garbage bins spread across 44 suburbs in just 2 years. This is very fast in terms of animal learning. Opening the garbage bin lid is not easy. To do this, the cockatoo has to apply not only great force, but also undertake a certain, rather complex sequence of actions. It seems that it's very difficult to remember the pattern. Let the birds just watch how other cockatoos open the bins, then try to do the same and keep doing that until it works. To be honest, I'm truly fascinated by the cockatoo's learning abilities. If Steve and I didn't have a cat, I'd get a cockatoo. Although, if cockatoos learn from each other so well, who can stop them all from dropping pot plants on people? Moreover, cockatoos are already creating problems and actively fighting measures that were originally supposed to deter them. In Australia, a cockatoo was spotted tearing down special spikes from a building. The spikes people set up to prevent cockatoos from sitting on this building, and given how fast they learn, it won't be too long before the rest of the cockatoos figure out they could also do that.
Wow.
And how do you like birds that know how to use weapons? Luckily, I'm not talking about firearms. However, there's documented record of Steller's jay fighting an American crow. The crow was eating from the feeding platform. The jay tried to drive it away for a long time, but with no success. In the end, the jay flew into the nearby bush, broke off a stick from it, returned to the crow, and thrust a pointed end at it. Moreover, the stick was a perfect match for the size of the jay, which made the researchers consider this a weapon. Well, the weapon didn't help much. In response, the crow lunged at the jay, it dropped the stick, the crow picked it up, and flew after the jay.
He said, "Oh, you gonna stab me
Actually,
with
this
that
was
shit?"
a very risky move on the part of the
Chased him
jay
down like
because
shit.
it's corvids that are known for making and using various tools. A very good example of that is the New Caledonian crows. They use a range of tools to get food and are the only known non-human species to craft hooks. Yeah, we're talking about birds who carefully select branches or stems and then bend them at a strictly defined angle so that the hooks would make it more convenient to pick out insects from holes and crevices.
Smart.
And common ravens can even use sticks for play fights. You know, it's something like a wooden weapon for those who haven't yet learned how to handle real swords. Only instead of swords, ravens have powerful beaks and claws. Compared to them, sticks are nothing, so ravens use them for play fights. Young ravens fight each other with sticks and use them in the same way as human kids. There's no point in that, but it's fun.
I guess, right?
And all this, of course, is funny. Even the cockatoos and the pot plants they drop off the windowsills don't seem all that dangerous compared to elephants. Elephants have been known to pick up heavy objects such as rocks, sticks, or bones and throw them at someone or something they don't like. For example, at people or cars. And elephants do this with great accuracy. But don't think that they have some kind of grudge against us. Elephants also throw objects at each other when there's an escalating conflict or during play fights. Moreover, elephants intentionally throw or drop large rocks and logs onto electric fences. Yeah, the very fences that people set up specifically to keep animals away from human houses and crops. Electricity is supposed to scare away animals, but elephants have learned to deal with it. You can even say that elephants use stones for siege warfare, destroying the walls of human fortifications, even if it's just electric fences. I've already mentioned that elephants throw rocks at cars. This behavior is common not only among wild elephants, but also the ones who are more or less accustomed to people.
That would be fucking
The attack can happen when you don't expect it, even when people are trying their best not to piss off the elephant and it's acting friendly. In the end, you can still get hit by a rock. Naturally, elephants that end up in a zoo don't give up their habits, and this sometimes leads to very sad consequences. In the Korean zoo, a woman sustained a head injury when an elephant threw a rock at her. Why?
Holy shit.
Well, because it felt like it. In 2006, in a Morocco zoo, a girl died after an elephant threw a rock at her. The blow was so strong that neither first aid nor the doctors could help. The girl died a few hours after she was taken to the hospital. But you know what's the most surprising thing about this? Elephants, these huge, clumsy creatures, win the war even against flies. To fight them, elephants use branches they grab in their trunks, and then they swat pesky insects with them. There are even studies that confirm that the number of swats increased when there were more flies, and the number of flies on and around elephants dropped by 43% when branches were available to these animals. If you've ever tried to swat a fly around you, then you probably know this can be very difficult. But the elephants nail it. Moreover, they sometimes modify the branches on purpose, breaking off parts from them to make them shorter. Or they just remove excess leaves. This means that elephants not only use objects as tools, but also improve them to make them more effective. Even for smart animals like elephants, this is very cool. However, animals don't always use tools to harm someone. In the forests of West Africa, scientists spotted adult male chimps that acted weird. I mean, weird even for a chimp. They took stones, screamed, threw them at a tree, and then ran away. What could be the meaning of this?
They see a demon or what?
Moreover, the chimps threw stones at different trees, and some of them were especially popular. There were even piles of rocks under them. Do scientists have any idea why this happens? Well, they aren't sure, but they have some guesses based on their research. Chimps seem to prefer throwing rocks at trees, which produce a rich, longer-lasting sound when struck. This suggests that the meaning of the strange action is in some kind of communication still incomprehensible to people. Or the chimps could simply like the sound, and this is how they make music. I just said that not all animals use tools to harm someone, but then Steve told me about octopuses. And you just have to listen to this. Octopuses have been recorded gathering up armfuls of debris and then throwing it at each other. Scientists don't know why. Maybe this is how one octopus is telling the other to stay away. Or maybe it just throws debris because it's in a bad mood and accidentally hits another octopus. But there are a lot of projectiles because octopuses have many arms. Plus, they also launch them at great speed. Using siphons, the organs which usually help these cephalopods move, octopuses throw shells. Well, they don't throw them, more like spit them using a jet of water under high pressure. It's like inverted jet propulsion, though there isn't a single clear explanation for why octopuses act like that. See you later.
The oddest shit ever. Like, what? Anyways, man, animals are odd, bro. Yeah, I think still the craziest one is the damn spin the block chimpanzees and shit, or baboons or whatever. Yeah, I think it was the baboons. The motherfuckers went and made spears and shit. Like, what the hell? Anyways, y'all let me know what you thought about that down in the comments below, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.